Today we are going to have a one-day trip in Taipei. And we will start with the breakfast in Region Taipei's Brasserie. It's an old food buffet restaurant and is an open kitchen restaurant, so please enjoy your breakfast. And the next station we will go to the office of the President of the Republic of China. Its first designer is Wukeiji Nagano. He gave the plan to the Japanese government, and the Japanese government accepted the plan. But the Japanese government gave the plan to the second designer called Mizunosuke Moriyama. They let him fix the plan, so he transformed the plan from 6th floor to 11 floors, and that is in the end of the office of the President of the Republic of China. And there are also some free tour guides in this office. You can just bring your photo ID card and undergo the security check, and you can go in and look around. It's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. There are also some of the exhibition in this office. If you see the exhibition's name, it's called Chinese name Fu. And if you see the of the Chinese, it's Guang. It means the factory, and down of the word it means Fu. The Chinese name is Fu, and it means give. So it makes the word is the government is like a factory, and it wants to give the people what they want. And the next station is Huashan 1914 Creative Park. It starts from in 1914, and it was at the first beginning it was a private winery company, and they produced the sake at that place. And in 1970, the Japanese company just produced the camphor at that place, and if you have been there, you will see some of the red brick area, and that was the place where they produced the camphor. In 1998, the government just transformed this creative park into the exhibition venue. So a lot of artists and designers would hold the exhibition at the place. And they also have some stores selling the clothes and the music box, and also some of the books. Our lunch was in Taiwan Momo restaurant. It's a restaurant that serve the traditional Taiwanese food. For example, like beef noodles or braised pork balls with brown sauce. And after our lunch, we will go to National Taiwan Museum. It was established in 1908, and it was because the reason they established this museum is because the Japanese government want to commemorate the opening of the West Coast Railway. So they built this museum, and if you have looked around, you will see very interesting that the Greek temple facade and the porcelain vaulted ceiling is very classic. And if you go in the museum, you will see an elegant Renaissance style in this museum, and it's hard to see the interior and exterior design in the building, and that design is called the eclecticism. And our next station is we'll go to Taipei 228 Peace Park. It will start from an event that an old woman sells the cigarette, and but she just attacked by the police officer. So at that time the people was very angry because the corruption of the government, and so they gather to have the civil resistance in this place. But in the end, the government just used the military force to restrain the protesters and kill a lot of people. And this place just renamed 228 Peace Park, and they built a lot of monuments to let the people remember the painful event. And our dinner would eat in Din Tai Fung Xinyi branch. It is a restaurant that very famous in Taiwan, and its most famous cuisine is xiaolongbao, and it also is an one Michelin star restaurant. And that's all. We can go back to our hotel. Thank you for listening.
你说按关掉还是？
现在是在录吗？
对啊。
哦，你刚刚帮我按的吗？
有啊。
OK， 对。我以为小帮手没有发我。好了，那事不宜迟，我们马上请新伟出去了。
喂。
好，就开始吧。Alright everyone, today I will take you to Kinmen. And Kinmen is a little island in Taiwan, and how small it is. It's about 153 kilometers. And Kinmen is also a military stronghold in the past. Okay. This is our route. And first I will pick up from airport and we will wait the bus in there. And the first station we will go to Lusan Visitor Center, Lusan 游客中心. We can see the many airplanes and war chariots in Lusan. And the famous airplane is this one. We call it Old Hen. Because in the wartime, the paratroopers jump from this airplane just like the hen laying eggs, so we call it Old Hen. And next station, we will go to Kinmen Gaoliang Liquor Inn. Gaoliang is the famous souvenir in Kinmen, and Kinmen Gaoliang Liquor Inn every year bring the great income for local government. And we can see how to make Gaoliang liquor, and you can buy this in beer. And when you come to Kinmen, you must taste a sip of Gaoliang. And next station, we will go to Chu's headquarters at Mofan Street. Headquarters is located in Jingcheng. Jingcheng in the past, Jingcheng is the most people live in there. So headquarters is in Jingcheng. And headquarters is the place that the judge asks the prisoners. So there is a jail under the ground. Mofan Street. A long time ago, Mofan Street was used to train the soldier for the war. And nowadays, you can buy some souvenir and eat traditional snacks or restaurant in there. And you can see the historic building, and it can take you back in time. And we will have lunch in Mofan Street, and we will eat Oyster cake. After lunchtime, we will go to Juguang Tower, Juguang Lou. And Juguang Tower was built in 1953 as a memorial for the Kinmen's fallen soldier in Guningtou battle. And when you go there, you can go up to third floor and see the beautiful coastline. And if on the clear day, you can see Xiamen. Next one is Deyue Tower, Deyue Lou. Deyue Tower is located in Shuitou village. This village was very rich in the past, so it was an easy target for pirates. So you can see there are two holes on the wall. This hole is for gun to aim at the pirate. Our next one is Daishan Tunnel. Daishan Tunnel is the most famous tunnel in Kingman, and it was a difficult project because it used granite, 花岗岩. Granite is the kind of hard stone, so it's difficult to build, and it was used to hide the small boat in the wartime. And every year there is a concert in the tunnel. So it's very beautiful and unbelievable place. The last station is Guningtou Battle Museum. Guningtou Battle is the most important battle in Kinmen. Finally, we will win the battle and build this museum commemorate this moment. And there are 12 oil paintings and videos show the Guningtou battle, so you can go to there and know about Guningtou battle clearly. And we finish our trip and go back to hotel. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Jianshen's presentation.
Okay, my name is Steven Edwards, and today I'm going to tell you the romantic stimulating trip. It's in Taipei, and
Can you use the microphone?
oh, okay. You start in Taipei, and we'll take a MRT for the every spot. And in the itinerary, I want the time is from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. And the target group is about people from 18 from 20 to 30, and they need some job and need some money to handle it. And it is better to have some couple or some people with the little chemistry. I will say later why. And this can be 7 spots to let you play in this trip. The first stop, we're gonna to get start from the Songlian MRT station, and we walk to the first stop, the Hamida, for the breakfast. It is famous for its cheese and its spicy sandwich to make your all day's energy. There is something in Chinese, 一日之计在于晨. And the next station, we are going to from Songlian Station to Yuanshan Station. And the next station is the Taipei Expo Park. You can see lots of sea of flowers, and you can make the photos and lots of view you want. And also, at the dinner time, you can take your dinner. It is a marketing place named Maji, and it is also can buy some little stuff or some book to make you have an interested. At the next station, Taipei Fine Art Museum. It has lots of activities located, and each day have one. So you have to figure out what day you want to go. And also, it has lots of people take a picture, take an interesting picture, and post it to the IG, Instagram. And there's lots of people to know that they come here. And the third place, we're going from Yuanshan Station to Minchun West Road. The next station is Fun Lock Studio. It's a store to make you escape the room. It's called 密室逃脱, and it has lots of topic to play. It might have six one. And after the activities, you can take a picture and show other guys you succeed. Okay, you succeed. Okay. And next station, we're gonna walk to the next station, the Taipei Wenchang Temple, to pray for your health and also to pray for your study, as a student or like your parents. Thank you, your parents and for the students, for the child. To the next bus, we're going to Songlian and to Zhongshan Station. It's gonna be a dinner time, so we've got Mala Hot Pot. It's a restaurant special for its two-side hot pots, 鸳鸯锅. And it has lots of variety food and its flavor to choose. As the special is the spicy hot pot. And to the next station, and it's the last station. You can walk around the Zhongshan Metro Mall, Zhongshan 地下街. And if outside is raining, you can figure out what your problem is. The last spot is Starry Night Bar, to make you have some alcohol, to make you have some sweet dessert, and let you have the day at the end. And its special is for its design. Its design, and it uses small stuff like lights or some stars items to make you enjoy the atmosphere. And also, it also has some customers to make a lunch, make a celebration in here. So here's we call the day, and this is the end. Thank you for listening. I'm Stephen Adams.
Next we have Chen Yan.
Hello everyone, my name is Natasha. Today, I'm gonna bring you to the Chile Museum. And during the transportation time, we have to mention the guy named Wenlong Xu. Wenlong Xu is the founder of the Chile Corporation. And when he was little, he witnessed a museum built by Japanese. So he decided if he had the capability in the future, he wants to build a museum. However, he knows that it is difficult to realize it on his own. So he sought the resources from his own conglomerate. And this is the museum Japanese booth. And after listening the story, we saw a polar fountain plaza in front of us. And this sculpture takes 2 years for the sculpture molds, and molds were sent to Italy for mobile curving. And going further is Olympics Bridge. Olympics Bridge is which stands 12 men of God, and the God also echoes to the entrance of the Great Temple in the center of the museum. And now it's time for you to take pictures with those 12 main gods. And after you finish the photo, and it is lunchtime. We will eat lunch at Bacchus Theatre. Bacchus Theatre is the region of the drama. Original drama can be traced back to the Bacchus Theatre. And it is about a festival called Dance Festival. During the festival, the believers will perform films and dancing to commemorate the dance. So the drama also involved from it. And after we finish our lunchtime, before going to the museum, we have the introduction of the museum. The introduction of the museum, the major category of the collection included Western art and weaponry and natural history, as well as the musical instrument. And now we are going into the museum. The first we saw is Sculpture Hall. In Sculpture Hall, you can see many sculptures from different angles, and you can observe it closely to observe its posture, texture, or manifestation. And then going further is Reading Hall. Reading Hall is located at the end of the structure hall. And in this hall you can see the backgrounds and the environmental scenery in Rodin's time. And we are now out to the third floor. Third floors are fine arts and gallery. In this gallery you can see many kinds of artifacts from 13th to 20th century and present in its progress of 4 periods. And we will go back to the first floor. It's called Animal Hall. The abandoned animal specimens from all over the world, and also combined with the ecological and environmental scenery that shows that how animals adapt to nature. Next one is Weapon Hall. Weapon Hall shows a complex variety of the weapons, and you can show how they make the weapons and what kind of clothes style they have. And it's time for dinner. We are going to the Anping Old Street. There are many kinds of food you can eat here. For me, I suggest that Anping tofu poutine. It's really delicious. And the last one is Anping Fort. Anping Fort was completed in 1634 after 10 years of construction. And after the Dutch was defeated by the Kongsberg, and the factory of the fort ended the Dutch rule. And the Japanese occupation, during the Japanese occupation, the Anping Fort, the fort, the Landia renamed and replaced to we are seeing nowadays. And thanks you guys for having me.
Next we have 第一个。
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about a one-day tour in Slope City, Liaoli. And this is route mate. We will visit Sanyi, Dahu, and Nanzhuang. In the trip, we will start from the old mountain line. The old mountain line runs through Longtan Broken Bridge and Sanxin train station. Longtan Old Bridge it has fallen and been destroyed by numerous earthquakes, but it still stands there and become a famous tourist attraction. And Sanxin train station is a Japanese-style building, and it's located at the top of Western Railway track line. When you visit there, you can walk around here and ride a railway bike. If you want to ride a railway bike, you have to visit Sanxin train station at first, because the route of the railway bike is starts from the station, and it also runs through Longtan Broken Bridge. Next, we will visit Dahu Strawberry Cultural Centers, and you will be amazed by the variety of strawberry products. And the best seasons to taste strawberry is in winter and earlier spring, from November to the coming April. And you also can go to strawberry farms and experience strawberry picking. After visiting this place, you will feel hungry, and we arranged for a restaurant in Dahu, which is famous for its roast chicken and local and strawberry dishes. After lunch, we will visit chocolate. In chocolate, you not only can buy or eat some chocolate and dessert, but also you also can do some chocolate products. Next, you will visit Shangtian Lake and the Museum of Saisha Folklore. Shangtian Lake has a legend. Hundreds years ago, the bottom of the basin is a lake, which many people glance at the view of sky, so it's called Shangtian Lake. And above 738 kilometers above the sea level, Shangtian Lake is famous for its foggy seasons. And but the Chinese is Ailinji is also held here. Every 2 years is a small ride, and 10 years is a big ride. Next, we will visit Nanzhuang Old Street. Nanzhuang Old Street is also called Old Places Alleys. In the Old Street, you will visit Sankan and Nanzhuang Old Post Office. This old post office is centuries old and Japanese-style buildings. Besides, when you visit Nanzhuang Old Street, you also can visit some place near the old streets like 13 Shop Street, Nanzhuang Theater, and Pangji Suspension Bridge. Next, I will recommend some local food. First is Hakka Tangyuan. Hakka's people call it Niu Wensui because it is shaped like a belly button. And next is shaved ice with osmosis honey Tangyuan. It has many fruits and tangyuan in this ice. And next is Mocha ice. And the fried carrot cake and Hakka reddish brown and brown sugar cake is very famous in Nanzhuang Old Street. At the end of the trip, we will eat dinner at Nanzhuang's restaurant and taste some Hakka dishes like this one. I also have other recommendations. First is Sud Vista is a European style visitors. And next is Coast and Resort. You can see beautiful lodges. And if you visit Nanjing during April and May, you will see beautiful concourse and fireflies. Finally, this is my references, and it's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
下面是知婷。
Hi, I'm Michelle, and welcome to join our cultural and creative journey. It's a one-day trip in Taichung. And in this journey, we will take you to Calligraphy Greenway, 草悟道, and Shenji New Village, 审计新村, and Yanagawa Waterway is Liuchuan. And this is our route. We will meet at Taichung Royal Station and then go to the Calligraphy Greenway, 草悟道, and then move to the Shenji New Village, then Yanagawa Waterway, Liuchuan, and then back to the Taichung Royal Station, then back home. So let me introduce the first attraction we are going to visit. It's Calligraphy Greenway, 草悟道. And first we will take you to National Museum of Natural Science, 国立自然科学博物馆，简称科博馆. And it is the first science museum established for the country. And it divided into 6 zones: Space Theater, Science Center, Life Science Hall, Earth Environment Hall, and Human Culture Hall, and Arboretum. And then we moved to the park named by CMP, 晴美成品绿园道. Yeah, these 2 pictures. And it is not only a shopping mall, but also a green building and